So welcome to day 15 of our Christmas Advent calendar. Today we're going to talk about Windows 365 data protection part 2 and device redirections. So device redirections, Niklas, that sounds interesting. What's so special about device redirection?
Let's make it interesting, Jörgen. So in part 1, we mentioned watermarking and screen protection with Windows 365 to make sure that our users are unable to take pictures with a cell phone and to use print screen apps to save and take screenshots on sensitive data. So in part 2, we will have a look at, okay, so how can we make sure that they just don't copy it down to the local device and stuff like that. So the first thing we want to point out are the different possibilities that we have. So these are the redirection options that we have enabled and available to us. And as you can see here, clipboard, drives, and so on are probably the stuff that we would like to spend most time upon. And of course, also USB drives if we are using security keys. So there is a pretty recent change. It's been around for some time, meaning that a newly provisioned Windows 365 Cloud PC will have all redirections disabled by default, meaning that there is no way to actually copy down or even move, copy and paste of text or files or images and stuff like that. So we must use a policy or a couple of policies to enable those. And the first thing I would like to point out is that if we do allow the clipboard to copy files, we must also allow the drive redirection, which is a separate setting. Otherwise, even though the clipboard setting set to allow, then we will not be allowed to do so because the drive redirection policy is disabled. So this one must be enabled as well. And if we just dig into the registry a little bit, these two settings or these two values within the registry, the CS clip level, meaning the client to server or session host in that direction. If this one is set to 0, there will be no copy and paste of anything from the local device up to Windows 365. And as you can see here at the bottom, you have the SC, so that would be the other way around. So from the server to client or session host to client or Windows 365 to client. If this one is set to 0, there will be no copy and paste from Windows 365 down to the host you are connecting with. So if we have a look at these settings right here, so within the administrative templates and settings catalog, we click to remote desktop service, remote desktop session host, and here we have device and resource redirection. So the first one I would like to point out is this one. Do not allow clipboard redirection. So to allow it, we need to set this one to disable. And this will open up the possibility to copy images, like right click and choose copy image or copy text and stuff like that. But it will not by itself allow us to copy files, right? So for files, like a full text file or Word document or something like that, if we do want to allow that, we would need to disable the do not allow drive redirection. So putting this to disable will allow it or enable it. So it's a double negative, right? So this one right here in combination with clipboard redirection is necessary to allow us to copy files up and down. And if we just want to allow one direction, let's say from our the client up to the Windows 365 Cloud PC, we could change either clipboard transfer from client to server, or the other way around, clipboard transfer from server to client, right? And this means that if we set this to disabled again, it's a double negative, right? So this one, so restrict, no, we don't want to do that. So we disable this setting, but this will actually end up like something like this. So here we have in Windows 365, as you can see here, by using those settings, we have from client to Windows 365, it's actually set to deny, because 0 meant completely block it, right? And also the S server to client is set to 0. So this is actually not true. So if we want to allow clipboard transfer in either direction, we must completely remove them from our policy. But this is about the data protection, right? So maybe we do want to do something else. Let's see what happens if we enable this setting and go ahead and choose something here. So from here we can allow, okay, you are allowed to copy plain text and images and text format, or even HTML from this direction, and we can do the same from this one. This means that we have a lot of control in terms of what info and data our users are allowed to copy from or to Windows 365, and this is in combination with watermarking, add the QR code to probably stop users from taking a photo with a camera, or even blocking the API for print screen by using screen protection. Actually will most likely protect our data in a good way. Of course, there are other things as well we could add, purview and DLP and stuff like that as well, to take it one step further. But this would be a really good starting point. So let's have a look. With these, I put a really big secret, my biggest Windows 365 secret. Let's open it. Oh, wow, Jürgen, I'm sure you like this one. So at the top here, we have one team, and really far down here, we have another team. This is what we like to see. And of course, this should probably not be a secret. So I would probably call this my most precious data on my Windows 365. Let's try to copy this one down. And just to mention, I did manually add these, so they will not be affecting anything right now. So I could copy it down like so to my Windows 365 data, and or to my local client. And if we wanted to block these, we will need to configure these settings right here. And again, these two could really mess things up when you troubleshoot device redirection for Windows 365. So be sure that you learn about them, what they do, and configure it accordingly. And a detection and remediation script could save the day to just clean them out if you want to redo some policy. So with that, Jürgen, precious secrets, right?
It seems very unnecessary to copy exactly that file, though. But if we look besides the file you copied, it's a good tip, and I assume a lot of people spend a lot of time to try to sort that out as well when that change was made. So thank you for that tip, Niklas, and see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.